So, welcome to our new kitchen. This is in our new house. We haven't posted anything for a very long time. And we, in the last 7 months, have sold our old house, bought this house, started ripping stuff up, remodeled this whole kitchen. Not quite done with that project yet. But yeah, we've got tons and tons of things on our plates. But we wanted to kind of come together and talk about, I guess, our new direction. Maybe not really a direction, more of it's just like our vision with all of the stuff that we do kind of coming into...
Together.
Yeah, together. What do you think? I mean,
well, yeah, I think for me anyway, I don't know how you felt about it. I always thought everything was kind of separate. We had the tribe life, and then we had warm up and workout, and then we had outside the box. And I think we kind of were just chatting one day, and we came to the realization that our values are the same regardless of what we do. How we run everything is the same. How we look, our why is the same. And that made me feel, I don't know, I just felt like there was more of connection with everything we're doing and putting out to the world, rather than all these well, this is our business and this is our hobby and this is our other business. It's sort of just no, this is us. This is Pantaz and the boys, our family. Why we do everything is the same reason. We're trying to connect with more people, trying to have other people connect with each other in positive, fun, fulfilling ways, and trying to just be adventurous and, all the things that the tribe life was. But I think just connecting that with warm up and workout outside the box, because we still, warm up and workout is still our main business. But I think because we weren't in an affiliate every single day, we felt like we were disconnecting from that. But now we are an affiliate again. Mm-hmm. Well, pause that for COVID, but we're involved in the affiliate again. And
I'd say even with COVID, we've been more involved with
affiliates because of warm-up and workout. That's true. That's a good point. Yeah. I think we were felt like we were losing some connection, but really it wasn't that I think it was just us. We were feeling like we were losing connection, but we didn't have to be.
Right. And the vision of bringing them all together was kind of like Taz was saying, the community across all of them, but it's the underlying theme is building resilience in humans. So right, so it's building deeper levels of resilience, whether it's in an affiliate setting where you have the community and the collective and the ability to have people around who are like-minded and making positive change, or whether it's the individual stuff with outside the box and trying to create that community online for people who don't have it in a space like a good CrossFit gym. And then with the tribe life was we kind of were what were we doing with it? And it was more just for our own sake, trying to be more resilient parents. It was what does it mean to be a parent, and how can we learn from other people? And we just didn't really have a language to put them all under one roof. And I think that's kind of what you mean by that. And it represents itself slightly differently in each one of those channels, but it's I don't know, it is good. I think that it gives more of a vision. And then we've changed the Tribe Life name to An Unreasonable Family, and that was for a couple reasons. One, the Tribe Life, the name has sat with me weird for a while, just personally. And then we started to realize too that within this country there's a lot of tribalism, which can be really unhealthy, which is hey, it's us versus them. It's
you're not part of this tribe.
Yeah, then frick you, or and it rather than being an inclusive thing, which we kind of wanted. That's what we always wanted it to be. It was this is our tribe, and we want to bring people into this. Just the name tribe, I don't have any tribal background, so I can't lay claim to being part of a tribe. I feel like I'd need a barbed wire tattoo in order for that to be part of any tribe. That's not. I wouldn't want to be part of that tribe. It was because that's the American tribe that I that's American tribal, by the way. It is barbed wire, and not that I don't want to be part of America. It's just for me, just the tribe life always sat funny. It fit for what we were doing at the time, but I think An Unreasonable Family fits a lot more. Mm-hmm. And the Unreasonable Family thing is you don't just do stuff because that's how it's done. You do stuff because based off of your experience and you're reflecting on it, and everything that's going on is you choose to do it, then you pay attention to the response. So like when we're parenting, when we're moving through life, when we're running businesses, when we're dealing with people, it's not like we're trying to fight the status quo, but we're not doing it because it's what's normally done. We're doing it because we feel like it's the right way to move through the world. And that's kind of our vision with an unreasonable family, is like, be unreasonable, be someone who's not just going to be like, hey, do this. Oh, okay. I'm going to go do it. It's like, okay, well, why should I do that? Or what's the greater meaning behind that? Or does this really fit with everything? Or is this truly something that we want to build out of our kids? Like, no hats at the dinner table. Why not? Because it's rude. What do you mean it's rude? Why are hats at the dinner table rude? Well, because Jim said so. Fuck Jim. Like,
Pat really doesn't like the hat.
I hate the hat thing. It's like, come on, like, it serves no purpose.
But farting at the dinner table is rude.
Farting at the dinner table is different, and that's something that Taz has, she's opened my eyes to. Don't fart at the dinner table. But I mean, that makes sense, because like people are eating and it stinks and blah blah blah. Hat at the dinner table is like that. It doesn't, like, if you're offended by that, you're a jackass.
Yeah. It's your issue if you're offended by it.
Right. So it's not looking at what's been done and being like, we're gonna do it because this is how it's always been done, but being like, let's look at what's been done. Let's take what works and let's move on and try to build happier, healthier, more resilient humans with stuff that.
What if you were at Jim's house and he didn't like hats at the dinner table?
Well,
would you say, okay, Jim, I'm going to respect your house? Isn't it the same as like taking your shoes off, or do you think that there's more of a function?
There's more of a function for shoes.
Okay.
There's like dirt being brought
right.
in.
But
I'd have a conversation. I'd be like, yeah, absolutely, Jim. I'm in your house. I'm happy to take your thing off. Now, out of curiosity, Jim, what does the hat thing do to you?
Okay.
And open the conversation with Jim, and maybe try to open Jim's mind. Fucking Jim. Yeah, but I guess challenging the status quo when it's necessary to do so.
And I think that's what you want out of children, right? You don't want them to just follow the rules always.
Right.
You want them.
You want servants.
No.
Well, that's what's his name's thing. Simon Sinek's.
Was that Jordan Peterson?
That was Simon Sinek's. Simon Sinek's was like, you don't want to do stuff just for the sake of doing it. You want to do stuff. You want people who will make the decision to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Not do the thing because it's the way it's been done. It's like that's what giving people autonomy does. Is like it gives them the freedom to make the right decision. And his example was like the plane crashing. It was like a plane crash, and there was a really experienced. He had this whole story where it was like in some, I don't know what date it was, but there was this malfunction on a plane, and essentially there was an air traffic controller who was a really experienced air traffic controller, and there's rules within aviation that you can't fly within 5,000 feet of different people, but if he didn't fly within 5,000 feet, then they would have ended up having to crash this plane. And so the really experienced air traffic controller wasn't like, okay, you got to follow the rules, you got to follow the rules, you got to follow the rules. He ended up basically saying like, absolutely descend down to this level, even though he knows that there's like 4 other planes that are on it. And he's like, I'm going to talk to the 4 other planes, have that communication, say, hey, this person's descending down to the level, here's why, here's what's going to happen. He's going to pass through your airfield and then drop into this. So like, he had the freedom, and he didn't feel like he was going to get fired should he do that, even though it's completely against protocol for safety reasons, but because he's had,
It's like Harry using magic outside of Hogwarts.
Exactly. Well, but that was Jordan Peterson's thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So Jordan Peterson's the one who's taking it all back to Harry Potter and saying that, like, you don't want to just do, follow the rules.
Yeah.
You got to break the rules, and the rules are necessary to be broken. So, yeah. Harry Potter, Jordan Peterson. Anyway, but that's the kind of kids we want to create. Little dork nuts like these. And that's why we're changing into the unreasonable family.
Yeah.
By the way, this is our new setup. It's called At the Chopping Block instead of By the Fireside. Even though the fire you can see in the background. I guess it's still technically at the fireside.
Just a little distance.
We don't have heating here.
Oh, yeah.
We only have fireplaces. We have 3 fireplaces. We have 1 in our bedroom.
It's pretty cool.
It's absurd, but it's cool.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, we don't need heating here, actually. I thought we would, but we have survived a winter without it. Just a lot of wood chopping.
I know how to cut wood now.
So what are we? Day
1 million quarantine.
5,000? I thought it was Easter this weekend because.
Yeah, and when she says she thought it was Easter, she doesn't mean like, oh, I thought it was Easter. It was like 3 days before. She's like, you need to get to the store because they're gonna run out of Easter eggs. They're gonna run out of this stuff. I'm like, oh, geez, I got so much work to get to the store. And so I go to the store. I wait in the Target line. I do all this stuff. I get all the goods and come home. We decorate the eggs. We make hot cross buns, and then Saturday, right before Sunday, someone goes, it's not Easter tomorrow, and so it wasn't that we like thought it was Easter and had it was like we genuinely just didn't.
But you know, a few people actually, when I posted that, they were like, we had the same thing. They'd like set up all.
They're just trying to make you feel better.
Maybe, but it did make me feel better. But anyway, I don't even know what day it is today. It feels like Thursday. I think it's Monday.
It is Monday.
Well, so day whatever on quarantine. So I thought quarantine was going to be the same as our normal life because, for the most part, we homeschool the kids and and then after a week it wasn't really the same.
No.
But why? So I think the biggest thing for us, we took on a lot more work with our businesses, and then also we lost some child help with your mum.
Yeah, but it was only like a little. I mean, it was like, well, I guess it was a lot. It was like 2 days.
Well, it's a little, but I think we realize now it's actually a lot. Like just those few hours is a lot.
They gave you like mental respite. It was like every Tuesday,
and then school,
Thursday,
like,
right?
Tuesday, Thursday, and Monday, Wednesday. Tuesday, Thursday, go to school.
Oh yeah, we had a lot.
Monday, Wednesday. So I think it feels like we're traveling again. When we were just with them all the time, and it's like kind of a juggle to.
Yeah. So essentially, what she was saying is Monday we have my mom come over for like 3 or 4 hours. Then on Tuesday they go to school from 9 till 2.
Yeah,
but it's like a homeschool. It's like a homeschool hybrid program. So they're in school, but those periods of time we just don't have the kids. It's like a little bit of mental space.
Yeah.
But then Wednesday my mom comes again for a couple hours, and then Thursday.
Yeah.
So like we had a lot of time off.
Yeah.
And now we don't have any of that time off.
And we're working more.
So it's like quadruple.
I mean, our situation is not unique by any means.
No.
Everyone's in the same boat right now.
But I guess we didn't analyze that it was going to be the same. Or that it wasn't going to be the same. We thought it was going to be the same.
Well, I think what we do is we just kind of, like, do stuff. Like, we just kind of, we don't really talk about, like, all right, this is going to be different. What's our, like, strategy? Is that real?
That's a real hawk. Yeah. Sounds like a...
Whoa.
There's a big hawk outside. You mean like we don't... When something's about to get gnarly, we don't like sit down and have a combo about it?
Yeah, that's not our like way. I think that stresses both of us out when we start talking about it. Like I think we just get on with it and do it, and then this is not advice.
And then we panic and we're like, why are we feeling like this? And then we go, oh, it's because shit's way different.
And then we reflect.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Don't do that.
Well,
have the conversation before you panic. Mm-hmm. How's that sound?
I mean, we haven't really panicked.
No.
Just a little, like, moments, but...
No.
But, I guess where I was going with that was like, okay, so I'm going to name a couple of things that I feel like are better because of it.
Okay, do it.
Because we're all about positivity and optimism.
Yes, we are.
I like not having to take the kids to school. Like, their school is 40 minutes away. We have to drive there by the time we drop them off, and if we do come home, then we're, it's 2 hours out of our day. I like that. I like them not having to go to school. Oaks gets probably more work done here than he does at school. He doesn't get to see his friends. I'm not talking about in terms of like them being at school socially. I'm just talking about in terms of like logistics. I kind of like it. I like the consistency of every day being the same. But I'm all about routine. Right. Until I'm not, though. So I'm like, all about routine. I'm like, I gotta get out of this routine. And then I'm like, I'm all about routine until I gotta get out of the routine. So that's one thing. The other thing is I really miss seeing people, but the lack of having the pressure to make social obligations, like the social obligations we have normally, is like, I don't know, I guess it's kind of stress-free right now, not feeling like we've got to make all these plans. It's freed up a lot of my mental energy, and we have a lot more time just being at home. I think that's kind of nice. I'm totally going to get over it, but for now that feels cool. And
I'm going to say that I dislike both of the things that she said.
well,
I like taking kids to school because I get to listen to my book in the car.
Yeah, I do miss that.
And just get to
but we're being positive.
And just get, I know, but I'm just saying with those exact things, I, on the flip side, get recharged by both of them.
Right, we're so different.
We are very different in those regards. Like, taking the kids to school, like, I'm always down for it because when I'm doing that, I can't do anything else. Like, I can't sit on my phone. I can't do work while I'm driving. I can't do all these other things. And so it's like, I love that headspace that I get there. So not just driving the kids to school, but like the social engagements that we do, as nonchalant as I am about them, because you say I don't set them up, they do recharge me, you know, and like I get a lot of, I try to make things with my friends, I just don't remember. Yeah. But like I enjoy doing all of those things, and it's just like not having those, I'm just getting like pulled deeper and deeper into a not doing things that I want to be doing whole.
Right. Oh no, for you this is like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I get recharged seeing my friends and people too. It's for me, I think being such a like homebody, and also feeling like I do have my fingers in so many pies at home. Like all the cooking and the cleaning and the this and the this, and not that you don't do your fair share of home stuff. They're just different, right? We just have different tasks. So not having to like organize anything is just nice for a change. Like I said, I'm just trying to be positive, and I'm sure I'll be over it in like come a week.
Right. So you were just trying to be positive.
I'm just trying to be optimistic.
Okay, I got you.
So those are my two things that I'm like, positive. Yay!
Nice.
Like, cool, we get to stay at home and
look on the bright
do
side.
Nothing. What about you? What are your
look on the bright side?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to like turn a negative into a positive, I think I'm learning how much you need to like really work on engaging with the kids, even though we're around 24/7, right? So it's like the second they go to bed, I regret a lot of the things I've said to them throughout that day. Right. You know, so like some of the ways that I've spoken to Arrow, or some of the things that I've done. So it's giving me a lot of time to reflect on the stupid things that I'm doing. It's just that in the moment, it's so hard. Anyway.
Yeah. What's the second thing?
That's positive?
Yeah. So first thing is like you have more time to reflect on.
Yeah, first thing is I have more time to reflect. The second thing that's more positive, I think the thing that's been really positive is with our business warm-up and workout, being able to really connect with the gyms. So like, because everybody's in a state of like panic and change, like they're really willing to be open and vulnerable with what's going on. So I think it's been really cool for me to be able to be so involved in what they're doing. And that's been really fun. Like I love seeing what our gyms do. I love connecting with them, but like I've always been so hands off with like I don't want to overdo it. Did I Spider-Man with a Batman face mask on?
Spider-Man.
I've never wanted to like just stick my fingers in what they were doing too much because it's their business. With this, it's like everyone needed help, and you know we made a shift really early on to try to do everything we could to help. So it's been really cool to be. I'd say that's the other positive thing. Is the engagement with our people.
Definitely, I agree. It actually gave me a new lease on like what I do with the business, and it energized me a lot actually, and maybe that's why I feel, because that's been so energizing, and I haven't felt like the loss with the other stuff that I was talking about, you know. But now that we're getting to maybe a new normal, like I'm going to start to feel like maybe I do want the kids to go back to school, and maybe I do want to see my friends. But because that's been taking up so much of our time, and it's been energizing, it hasn't been that draining. Even though we've been like stressed and working a lot, no part of it has been like, oh man, I have to do this again, or I have to sit down and do work. It's been like, we get to do this right now. This is awesome. Yeah.
Well, I think that'd be good for today.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back. It's good to see everyone in a digital space. Welcome to our home at the chopping block. Doesn't that mean like at the chopping block, like
you're about to get your head cut off?
Is that it, or was it like it's either going to be thrown away or it's going to be kept? So it's like right at the chopping block. Or it's on the chopping block. We'll have to look it up. I'll put the actual saying meaning right here.